All right, what's going on, everybody? All right, I know it's been a couple weeks, and I know a lot has gone on. And I know I haven't been posting a lot of videos. And again, I do apologize. There's been a lot of things going on in my life here recently. I just got a job promotion, so it's taken up a lot of my time. But luckily, I get out a lot earlier, so I'm able to go in here and do more things to my car, and it's not so late in the evening. I'm actually getting home when there's light out. So with that being said, I'll be working on my car more often, and with a new job promotion, of course, comes more money and an ability to be able to do more videos for you guys. So for everybody who just subscribed to my channel, thank you for joining. Okay, really do appreciate it. Channel's growing every day, and I want to deliver to you guys. So. Unfortunately, I didn't film everything I did here recently in the past 2 to 3 weeks. The biggest reason is because I was just trying to get it done, getting to the next step. There's been plenty of videos of people doing paint work and body work and all that other mess, and there's no reason to add more to the genre, I guess, out there. So I got to a point that the body work is done, and well, for the most part it's like 90 or 85 to 90% done. There's a few more things that need to be done. For the most part, it's just like trim pieces, but as far as the rest goes, it's done. So I'm going to show you what I've finished here up until here recently, and I've got the car flipped around, which means it's time for the engine bay. So with that, let's get to it. Okay, so I didn't go with any crazy colors or anything like that. I went back to the factory white. Well, it's not a factory color white. It's just a white that I got off the shelf. I picked it. Hell, it's white. Anyway, made things a lot easier. And as you can see, it looks freaking great. Now, as far as that goes, I really didn't care about fixing that. For the most part, this area is covered. That bottom area, it's whatever. I don't care about that piece. Later on, I might get the Mugen trim piece, and it's going to cover that up anyway. So I really didn't care about that. But for the most part, the paint came out great. There's a few little spots here and there that I'm going to have to retouch up with an airbrush. One being like right here, when I wet sanded it, I just went a little bit too far, and I just got to respray it. Really, really light coat right there. Put a little bit of clear, and then resand it and be done. It'd be good. I also tinted the car. And for everybody who's wondering what kind of camera I use, I just use my phone. But anyway, so I went ahead and tinted the car, and I'll show you guys how to tint. I've seen another guy do it, and he did it. It came out good, but and I believe, and I'm not trying to insult nobody about how they do their work. Everybody does it their own way. But it's just another YouTuber, Chris Fix, which very, very good knowledge base and everything. I'm not knocking him down at all, but the way he did it on his truck is a good way, but there's an easier way of doing it, and I'm going to show you that with the two front windows later on. But for the most part, that one's done. Top one's done, and as you can see, this one's got some cracks in it, but the plastic itself, I polished it out just like you would paint, and it took out all the dinginess that it had from all those years. And I'm telling you, it is as smooth as glass right now. It feels great. I put a layer of wax on it. Yes, you could put wax on plastic, just depending, not all of it. Got all this done. As you can see, it's got a good reflection on it. Did the bumper. It looks great. As far as the trim, the plastic trim, that's one thing I'm gonna have to experiment with, because I don't want to be using gels on it all the time. I do want to make it kind of semi-permanent, but without painting it. So I didn't clear this. Anyway, so everything came out good. The CRX logo, I went ahead and sanded it out. And yes, you can sand plastic and then buff it out. It does work. Okay. Clean the rear glass out real good. This, I'm not worried about painting. This is the original color of the car. And as you can tell, there is a slight color difference. It's not huge. And here's another little mistake I did right there. I'm gonna have to touch up that little corner. That's where you have to just be careful when you start wet sanding areas. Just gotta be careful with the edges. But anyway, I didn't really care about painting the hatch. The reason being is because later on down the road, I do plan to put a carbon fiber hatch on it with new glass here and here. And biggest reason for the back glass, even though this one's not really in that bad of shape, because it does have some scratches from the old wiper blade. That's just from negligence of the previous owner, where they didn't just at least wipe it down before you start using it, or just grit that gets on it. But anyway, the trim pieces that I'm talking about are along this edge. This one here. And these here. Luckily, Honda still sells all these trim pieces. They're not cheap, by no means. But at least it'll look good, and it's not all cracked up and just looking ugly. The glass, it's getting replaced, so I'm not worried about the glass. My daughter just decided to have some fun and draw some stuff. As far as in here, I'm gonna go ahead and just run with the dash and the 2 door panels. I will end up using some other door panels because these look like crap. And I'm just gonna stuff everything underneath there, just so I can have something to set stuff up on it, like it is now. The steering wheel's being replaced. I'm getting a smaller one and a removable one. And I'm already getting all the shift linkage, and well, the shift linkage is there, but I'm not gonna be putting that in until I put the engine itself in. That way I got all the right lengths and everything's routed the way I want it to be. As far as in here, I just gotta clean it up a little bit. I will be painting the interior, and you guys may or may not see that when it gets done. It's just a lot of extra work that's gonna get done. But the biggest reason I've seen a lot of CRXs that are gutted out like this one, but the back glass, or all the glass in general, is just clear. It just looks like crap, in my opinion. Now everybody has their own style, but to me it looks like crap. So for me, tinting it just makes a huge difference. But as far as everything else goes, that looks good. Everything still functions on the car. The headlights and turn signals, brake lights, all that works just like it should. Then we get up to the front. Now on the front side, I've already taken out the track bar down here. That's gone. I gotta order another one, but it's one for a K-swap. I've already, and I know I just painted all this too. It sucks, but when I painted this, I didn't plan on getting a K-swap in it, or K-series in it. I already cut this one out. I just have to receive the new mounts, put it on, mock it up. I gotta get a CRV mount that goes on the on this part of the motor. That way it can mount up to the aftermarket K-swap mounts, I guess. And put it in the car. I've already taken off the EGR, put a block off plate on it. Just gonna bolt it down for now, just run it with like that. This one here, I'm still gonna run the pipe. I'm just gonna clean it up real good. Run the pipe, block it off. Run the pipe here, block it off. That way I just have this one here running to the radiator, and this one here running to the bottom hose. And I still have to get a alternator for this thing. Where the place I got it at, they took it off. I gotta get the relocation bracket so it puts it down there, and it gives me hood clearance. And even then, I still think this is gonna stick up too far. It's probably gonna stick up about that much too far, which sucks because I want to be able to run a hood. But for the most part, it's all good. Now it's just all about getting this done. So you guys will be seeing that process. I've already bent down the fuel return line, and I got to run fuel line to an aftermarket one because K Series does not have a return. So it's just something else I gotta work on. As far as suspension goes, I'm not gonna be keeping the stock suspension. I will be putting on adjustable upper control arms. I haven't decided what actual shocks and spring combo setup I'm gonna go with. I don't know if I'm gonna get the full adjustable coilovers or not. I don't know. And once I've got the car all set up and everything, I don't know if I'm just gonna keep the white wheel wells or just go with a flat black on it. I did roll my fenders, so that's done. And the flat black, I've already done it back here, which I don't know if you can see. Yeah, I don't think you can see it. Yeah, it's not adjusting to it. Anyway, so that's done. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of work on it. So for the most part, it's coming along. It's coming along. It's a lot of work. Like I said, I want to get this done by the time H-Day next year comes rolling by. There's a lot of components I gotta buy still, and yeah, it's just a lot of work. I don't mind the work. It's the money. So stay tuned, like and subscribe. I'll be posting more videos up now that I got more time, and please put your comments on the section below. And I'm gonna try to get in touch with everybody. I've been getting more and more questions and stuff coming in. It's just on top of work and doing this and answering everybody. It's becoming a lot. So don't think I'm trying to ignore you or anything like that. I try to answer everybody as quickly as I can. So for the most part, thank you. Join us in the next video. We'll be doing Victor's car next. He wants to do a complete paint job just like I'm doing with this one. I don't know if we're going to go as far as taking out his engine. That's up to him. And then I got another 2 cars lined up after that. So a lot of work, a lot of videos. Mad Scientist wants his Eclipse repainted. He just wants another paint color, I guess. And we'll be doing some stuff on his Evo 10. So stay tuned, like and subscribe. See you next on the next.